Hey, it's great to be here today with all of you. It's always great to be with our amazing sellers and really to have the chance to talk the world of shipping and delivery. We're going to jump right in here in just a minute. I think we've got a great agenda today that we're really hoping will balance some high level thoughts in the space of shipping and conversion, as well as get into some of the more detailed shipping areas and provide all of you with some great tools and thoughts to work with in the future. So before we do that, though, I just wanted to take a minute and do some quick introductions. My name is Stuart Reichenbach. I have responsibility for what we do in the area of delivery and shipping here at eBay in North America. I've been with eBay about 4 years, and prior to that, I spent quite a bit of time in that small package delivery space with UPS, and then also with a large vertical retailer running a transportation and logistics function. So this truly is really in my blood. It's something that I love, and I've been just excited and thrilled to be here at eBay to help bring great shipping solutions to our entire marketplace. The real star today, though, is Nate Heyward, and I think a lot of you know Nate. He's absolutely our resident expert on all things shipping here at eBay. But even though I think you know him, Nate, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, I'm Nate Heyward. I work on Stuart's team and look after North America shipping as well. I've been at eBay about 6 years, always on the North America shipping team. I've really enjoyed the time here. Before my time at eBay, I was with DHL and got to really cut my teeth in the logistics world. Re- Love global supply chains, global delivery, and I think what's so cool about logistics is how that delivery experience for the buyer can just really transform and bring buyers back for more and more shopping. Really excited to speak with you guys today.
Awesome. Thanks, Nate. Hey, let's take a quick look at the agenda. Oh, that's right. If we can, just remind everyone, if you've got a question, please use the Bevy capability. So as we mentioned, we want to talk a little bit about shipping best practices and some things that we believe help convert listings into sales. We're going to talk about eBay labels and delivery services and kind of what we have happening on the platform and some things that you guys should use. And then at the end, we'll get into just a few thoughts around some real kind of what we call smart ship tips, things that are really important as you're executing on a day-to-day basis. So with that, let's get into this topic of shipping that converts. So look, at a high level, we want you to think about four things when you think about shipping and conversion, turning your listings into sales. Speed, free shipping, reliability, and handle time. Now, here's what we know. All things equal, faster shipping and free shipping converts. It absolutely does. I think, though, as we all know, not all things are equal. Your businesses are different, many different product types, average sales prices, etc. Buyers have different expectations, say for a collectible item, than they might a fast-moving consumer good. And so all these things indicate that as you're setting up your listing and thinking about shipping, you need to be really thoughtful at carving out a shipping value equation that makes sense for your business. What has to happen no matter what, whatever that formula is around cost and speed, what really has to happen is reliability. Buyers want whatever they purchase to get there when we tell them it's going to get there. And there's two big components to that, right? It's handle time and it's carrier performance. Let's talk about the estimated delivery dates. So we manage those on behalf of you, trying to show buyers the very best estimate of when that item is going to arrive. We're going to continue to do that. We look at what's happening in the network with things like congestion, which carrier is performing well in which part of the US. We look at weather, look at all types of different things to help show those buyers the delivery estimates. We do it on a weekly basis. We're going to continue to do that. We need your help though, and as you think about the carrier you're selecting, think about that. Think about who's been most reliable for you. And also think about handle time. Stating a faster handle time than you can actually ship is a bad thing, and stating a slower one than you can actually ship or inject into the network of the carrier is also a challenging one. So really stay focused on reliability and your handle time. And I'm going to flip it over to Nate here for a minute. After you've got that listing set up and it's time to execute after the sale, think about using eBay labels and tracking. Nate?
Totally. Stuart, I'll just add on. I like to think about myself as a buyer when I'm listing the item. What are those options that I want to see when I'm shopping? Sometimes when I'm shopping for an item, I'm totally price conscious and I just want to get it to me as cheap as I can. I'm not too concerned about when it can be delivered. Other moments in my life, speed is actually like up front and center of what I'm thinking about. And so try to put yourself in buyer shoes as you're listing your items and create that choice around shipping speed, around different shipping options that will help you convert for those buyers, whatever moment they are in and where they are at in their shopping journey. As Stuart was saying, after your item sells, we've got some best practices. First and foremost, check out and use eBay labels. We take care of a lot of the simple things like uploading tracking. We've got great carrier choices that we've negotiated on your behalf. And we've really iterated and improved that platform over the years to meet your needs, no matter what type of seller you are. We'll go into a little bit more on eBay labels later in this segment. Second, if you don't use eBay labels, make sure that you're uploading tracking. Buyers in the US expect tracking on their orders. We know this from feedback, from the information that they share with us. They're really looking, where is that item on its journey to me, and is it going to get to me by the date I expect it? Uploading tracking is super important to make sure that we can give buyers those great delivery experiences and inform them along the way. Even if there's delays, having information about where the package is utmost and front and center for buyers.
Hey, Nate, before you advance, just wanted to remind everyone, when you use eBay labels, tracking is automatically uploaded, correct?
That's right. Thanks, Stuart. We've got a quick video that we want to show you now that goes through some of our smarter shipping with eBay label tips. Have a look.
Smarter shipping with eBay labels. Shipping through eBay labels is convenient, easy, and helps you maximize your profit. It's linked to the listing process, so after you sell your item, you're only a few clicks away from shipping it. Choose from any of the major carrier services, plus eBay Standard Envelope and eBay International Standard Delivery. Your tracking info will upload automatically, and the transaction will be marked as shipped. You can print individual labels, print in bulk, or choose to have a QR code emailed to you for printerless labels, all of which include free, automatic tracking. You can also get access to eBay negotiated rates.
Fantastic. So as we move through the rest of today's segment, you're going to hear a little bit more on some of those topics. I want to just talk a little bit, though, about, so what did you hear there? There's really three components to the things we're working on behalf of the marketplace. Number one, we're actively working with the three major carriers and other carriers out there to offer the very best in terms of pricing and service options. So really encourage you to take a look at what you're seeing with the different carriers and what's on the marketplace on eBay labels. Secondly, we're developing eBay managed shipping solutions. We talked a little bit, the video talked a little bit about eBay International Standard Delivery and eBay Standard Envelope. We'll talk a little bit about those here again in a minute, but we're continuing to put focus on what eBay can do to supplement and bring great solutions beyond the three carriers that we have in the marketplace. And finally, we're continuing to evolve the label platform and its capabilities. Look, we know it doesn't do everything that it needs to do, but we evolve it every year. And it's a wonderful tool that eliminates a lot of the complexity of bringing a more simplified shipping experience. So learn eBay labels, give it a shot. Many of you already do. And we're going to talk some more about that in a minute. Nate's going to take us through that in some detail. So just a little bit more on what's on eBay labels. So certainly the delivery landscape is a challenging one. A direct COVID impact in 2020. Last year was hard. The beginning of this year was also challenging. Things have gotten more stable. And what we've seen is all three carriers evaluating their networks. They're taking a look at their investment and their approach to execution. We've had a long partnership with the post office, 20 years now. FedEx has been on our eBay labels platform for 8 years. And most recently, we introduced UPS in September to really give you sellers an incredible choice of both carrier and service. Just wanted again to stress and let you know that we're actively working with all of the carriers, managing those relationships to create great pricing and unique services. We really encourage you to look at those options. Look at the different weight and zone combinations that create price. Take a look at some of the transit times. Really some interesting things when you take the time to look at it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we also have introduced 2 eBay shipping solutions in the last year, eBay International Standard Delivery and eBay Standard Envelope. eBay International Standard Delivery sits right alongside our global shipping program. It's a wonderful way to ship to over 200 countries around the world. Its pricing is controlled by eBay. We have a more direct control over the carriers and the service that's out there. And we offer additional protections when you use it. eBay Standard Envelope, also a wonderful new tool for lightweight, low-value items. Think trading cards, coins, stamps. Offers you a really great tracking option at a much more affordable price. So please take a look at those. We're thrilled that you guys are. Every day we've got tens and thousands of you using those services. Look for us to continue to introduce capabilities as we move forward. Now, with all that being said, this area is still complex. There's lots of details. Beyond this carrier choice and the service and cost, there's lots of details like dimensional weight, fuel surcharges, other potential surcharges, depending on where the buyer is. These are all things that you shouldn't have to manage on your end. We should be helping you. And that's exactly what eBay Labels does. It is the place to execute across all of that without the complexity. We've built tools. We've taken a lot of that challenge away from you. And so we want to spend some time talking about all of those areas today and then get into those shipping best tips. So with that said, I want to turn it over to Nate, who's going to get into some real detail on eBay Labels and how to use it. Nate?
Thanks, Stuart. We're going to take you through eBay labels. We've got 2 flows to go through today. The first is single labels, and we'll also look at bulk labels. eBay single labels is the place where we think it's best for you to come when you've got maybe under 5 shipments per day. You can print your orders and your sales one by one. And as Stuart was mentioning, all those carrier complexities are really taken and simplified, and we're surfacing the best options. I'll navigate you through the screen here. Over on your right, you can see the order details. This tells you what you've sold, for which price, where you're going to ship to, and where you're going to ship from. You can also see what day the buyer's expecting the item. Over on the left, you can choose what sort of packaging you're going to use. We ask you to package up the item, put in the weight in pounds and ounces, and the actual dimensions of whatever you're planning to ship. Down here under service, you can see that there's 4 different carriers listed: eBay, FedEx, UPS, and USPS. You can toggle those blue pillboxes on or off. Blue is going to show you the options from those carriers, and gray is going to take those carrier options away. You can set over here what ship date, so set this to the day that you plan to hand the item over to the carrier. And all of those calculations and the negotiated rate cards that we have will surface to you in the service section, telling you information like what service you can choose, what service the buyer had selected during their shopping experience, whether that service supports QR code label printing or not, what included coverage you get by choosing that option, what our estimated delivery date, and maybe the most important part, what's the price that you'll need to pay. As Stuart said, lots of complexities around carrier rate cards and how to understand them. Dimensions matter, weight matters, to and from matters. We've tried to strip away all of that complexity and surface to you here the price that you'll pay to ship that item. Finally, at the bottom, we've got some additional options. You can add custom text to your label or a message to your buyer. You can add things like signature confirmation or additional coverage and liability insurance. At the end of this screen, you'd print your label. We also support different types of printer formats. You can say if you want to get your labels in a PDF or an image file, and what size paper you plan to print them on, 8.5 by 11 or a 4 by 6 thermal label. You can save those preferences for the future. Once you've made your shopping decision and purchased the label, you're ready to print. You can print your label right from this screen, or you can download your label to print at a later time. We've also got some helpful links on the right to take you to the most relevant information, like back to your orders or find the carrier drop-off location, leave buyer feedback, as well as some tips for how to pack and ship. I'll take you through our bulk labels tool now. We imagine bulk label printing is best for those of you sellers that have more than 5 sales per day. Bulk labels is great to print all of your sales at one time, so you can print multiple labels in a single action. We have the ability for you in Seller Hub or My eBay to select all of your awaiting shipment orders and print them in one go. Many of the same features that you saw on single labels are on this screen as well in a consolidated format. You can choose your service, get rate quotes, see what estimated delivery times, add additional services like signature or insurance, see what orders you're shipping, and print packing slips. One of my favorite features about bulk labels is the ability to edit features in bulk. You can see here you can change the service on all of the selected shipments or add insurance all in one go. You can add additional services or change package sizes and change dispatch information. Once you feel like you've got all your shipments ready to go, you'd review and purchase. One feature I'd like to share about bulk labels as well is if you have buyers that have checked out to the same address from the same account, bulk labels offers you the opportunity to combine those sales into a single shipment, letting you save on shipping costs. So check that out if you've got a lot of multiple buyer purchases. Finally, once you're ready to review and purchase, there's a summary of all the shipping services that you're going to purchase at this time, and you can confirm and pay, see which carriers you're going to drop off at. We take you to another summary screen after the purchase is complete, where you can print those labels or download them, get access to things like USPS scan forms, pick lists, and packing slips, as well as a summary about where to go and what to do next. We're going to move into smart shipping tips now. Stuart's going to talk to you about dimensional weight.
Thanks, Nate. So I think you've all heard the term dimensional weight. We want to talk about it specifically today because it's really important. It's always important, maybe more important now than ever, as there's been continued congestion in the network and more packages. Carriers are looking to ensure that they optimize their revenue, or at least get paid for what they're shipping. And so there's really 2 measurements you need to think about. What's the actual weight of my package? When I put it on a scale, it says it weighs 4 pounds. That's called your scalable weight. The dimensional weight is the size of the package, length times width times height. And the carriers charge based on whichever one is more expensive. So think about that pillow you sold and you're shipping and you put it into a box. Doesn't weigh very much when it's on the scale, but that big pillow, length times width times height, actually computes to a much larger number and therefore a larger shipping value. So you've got to nail dimensional weight. Nate, video?
The weight on the scale isn't the only factor. Carriers use other measurements to calculate cost. Be sure to use the right size box and put the right dimensions and weight to save money. A smart ship tip: always round up to the nearest whole number.
Just one additional thing on dimensional weight. It works both ways. If you ship items in too large of a box, you may be overpaying for shipping. So think about the smallest box that you can put your items in as well.
Hey, Nate, I just jump on that one with you. That's a big deal. Like, optimize, put that phone you're selling inside a box that gives it enough security so it's going to arrive in good shape, but it's the size of a phone. You're going to optimize your cost. It's just a great tip. Thanks, Nate, for that. Hey, the next one we wanted to talk about was restricted items and hazardous materials. So this has always been around. There's an even greater focus on it now than there has been in the past from all the carriers, Post Office, UPS, FedEx. And really, it's our responsibility as sellers and shippers and as eBay to do everything we can to support keeping the network safe. Learn about hazmat. Think about batteries and things like that, flammables, chemicals. These are things that typically can't ship. So we need to be really, really smart about it. There's liabilities that can be incurred by all of us if we're shipping those things and putting them in the network. And as I said, we just want to keep the network safe. Video?
Make sure you know what you can ship and what you can't. Some carriers require specific labels for hazardous materials. All carriers have restrictions, and not following them can cause delays and fines. A smart ship tip: check eBay policy or call your carrier to confirm.
We've got a few last videos that we're going to roll. These have some additional shipping tips that we wanted to share with you all.
If you void a label and don't use it, you won't be charged. But if you void a label and still use it, your carrier will charge you. A smart ship tip: be sure to print a new shipping label. If you need to ship more than one package, you'll need to print a separate label for each one. Because if you use the same label twice, your carrier will charge you twice. A smart ship tip: print separate shipping labels for each package. Make sure the return address on your label matches the zip code you ship from. Otherwise, your carrier may charge you extra. A smart ship tip: keep your address up to date in your account.
Just wanted to say thanks to everyone for all the hard work they put into shipping. It's complex. Know there's a active team here that's working every day to remove those complexities and bring greater solutions to the marketplace. Take a real hard look at eBay labels. Take a look at the different carrier choices, weights and zones will have an impact on price across the carriers, and look at the solutions that eBay is putting out that are built just for you. With that, we want to say thank you. Enjoy the rest of eBay Open and the additional sessions that you'll be attending. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.